We are going to have one more performance, if you guys can join us. This last performance is has a little bit of an interesting backstory. This is Noah Getz, and Noah is going to play a piece of mine, and this is actually a world premiere. Let me tell you how that happened. We didn't really plan it this way, and I may or may not have a piece on the series this year, I don't know yet, but this just seemed like a really nice opportunity to do this. I wrote a piece, Noah asked me for a piece for the dedication of the Martin Luther King Memorial in DC. And that was a very exciting thing for me. The civil rights movement is something I've always been very sort of artistically and otherwise sort of interested in and drawn to. So it was a great opportunity to write this piece. And we met up about a week before the performance at Noah's place in DC. And Noah was playing through my piece, and the earth started shaking. And that's never happened during any of my other pieces. And I don't know whether it's good or bad. And I said, "Do you live over the metro?" And he said, "No." And then we proceeded to act like most East Coast people and not know at all what to do. Noah looked out in the backyard, he saw our cars, kind of, and then I sort of stood in the doorway and I was like, "Should we go downstairs?" And I think we shouldn't have, but we did. And then we were on the iPhone like trying to figure out what you're supposed to do in an earthquake, and by that time it was over. Best rehearsal ever. And then, if one natural disaster wasn't enough, the dedication was postponed on account of the hurricane that came, what, like about 4 or 5 days later. That's probably going to be rescheduled sometime they opened the monument up and some people saw it during the week, but the official dedication and the events surrounding it are postponed until hopefully September, October, probably at this point October. But we thought it would be a nice thing to kind of give an informal world premiere to the Evolution family here. So I'll tell you a little bit about the piece and tell you a little bit about Noah. The piece is, actually I don't have a ton to say about the piece. The piece is called Bending the Arc, and for those of you who know a little bit of Martin Luther King, that's a riff on his, on the quote that he is oft cited for: "The moral arc of the universe is long, but it bends towards justice." It's actually not King's quote, but he kind of picked it up from someone else, and then often you'll hear other people sort of invoke their version of it. President Obama will use it a lot in sort of his riff on it. And in a way, that's kind of what this piece is. It's sort of a very broad celebration of kind of the rhetorical and musical traditions of the ongoing civil rights movement. So you'll hear sort of nods to different styles, and you'll hear sort of, you know, things that may remind you of spirituals, things that may remind you of blues. Noah's going to be playing a tenor saxophone, as you can see, not an alto, which is sort of more typical classical instrument, the alto or the soprano. As for Noah, Noah is an outstanding DC-based saxophonist. Apart from not knowing what to do in an earthquake, he's a really, really awesome person. He teaches at American University, where he's a saxophonist artist in residence. Teaches at the Levine School of Music in DC as well. He's played everywhere. I won't give you the whole bio, but he's played at Carnegie Hall, which is all right, I guess. The Kennedy Center, Strathmore Hall, National Gallery, up and down the East Coast and beyond. And went to Australia this last summer and played there, so he's really been everywhere. He also has a couple of CDs. One is called Cross Currents, and one that just came out is called Still Life. Both of Noah's CDs are entirely dedicated to contemporary music, so they're right up the alley of what we do in this series. All living composers, mostly that Noah commissioned or worked with closely. So it's kind of dear to the heart of what we do here with the Evolution series. I think that is all I have to say. If you want to add anything, you can, or you can just play. Noah Getz.